Guys, I don't know how you guys have been handling your shelter in place, your quarantine. It's a bit different for all of us. I've been spending a lot of extra miles outside running. So because of that, I'm feeling a little less drawn to the more powerful yogas. Maybe I'll give you one later this week. But for today, we're going to do a bit of a stretch and flow again because I feel like that's what my body needs. I ran 6 miles yesterday and 4 today. And I don't feel like doing anything too crazy, but I really do want to put out a video for you. So we're going to do some stretching and then we're going to flow and then we're going to flow and then we're going to stretch. And just try and make everybody happy here. I hope everybody out there is coping okay. Hope you have something that makes you happy. I have my boys and my dogs and my books. It's really all I need. I kind of just want them to go away sometimes, but we're trying. So for today's practice, I want you to have a blanket. It doesn't have to be one of these special Mexican yoga blankets, but find just kind of a good sized blanket. We're going to fold it in a certain way. Actually, we're going to fold it in 2 different certain ways, once at the beginning and once at the end. And if you have blocks or some books, grab those because you might want those under your hands when we're doing some long lunges. So to start, we're going to fold our blanket in a very specific way. So taking your blanket, unfold it all the way. And we're going to start by folding it what I call the husband way, because I don't know why men fold blankets this way, but they do. So we're going to start folding it the wrong way. So we'll fold it long first, so in half the long way. And then from there, you're going to bring it short end to short end, or if you're using one of these blankets, it's tassel to tassel. And then you're going to fold it that same way again, so folded edge to tassel. Now you're going to take that folded edge that's closer to you, and we're going to accordion this in 2/3. Just like so. And then we're going to bring this long ways on our mat up where your head goes. Now, give yourself a little bit of space here. I mean, a good 4 or 5 inches between the blanket and your body. And then you're going to lay back on that blanket. It's coming right down your spine. Your head is still on the blanket. So if it's hanging off the back, either go get yourself a little pillow from the couch or just scoot forward some. And then let your feet relax out to the sides. Turn your palms so they're facing up. Let your shoulders relax down towards the floor. Let your face relax. Closing the eyes. Finding a little bit of extra space between your top teeth and your bottom teeth. Every exhale, feel your shoulders relax a little bit more towards the floor. This is a supported back bend. So you're getting all the benefits of a back bend without any of the hard work. You're letting the shoulders relax. You're stretching all those muscles across that front top of your chest. You're opening your heart, both literally and figuratively. I guess you're not literally opening your heart. You're literally opening the muscles surrounding your heart. And sometimes it's our instinct, especially in times like this when we have a bit of fear, to really stay curled and hunched in, sort of protecting ourselves, protecting our heart. So it may be your instinct to not let your shoulders relax down here. But just know that for the moment, for right now, you're safe. You can allow those shoulders to rest. Allow the heart to open. And then carefully here, roll off to either side. Just pull that blanket out and set it to the side of your mat. You're done with it. And lay down flat again. Just let your spine adjust to being flat. Keep your feet relaxed, your face relaxed. And then bending your right knee, pull it in towards your right shoulder. So think more shoulder than chest here. Just slightly outside the body. And that extended leg, the left leg, flex that foot. Pull the pinky toe back towards the knee. Maybe even pressing that heel just slightly forward. The foot on your right leg can just do whatever it wants. It can just relax. You can move it around some. Wiggle the toes. Now keeping that right knee bent, and just find some movement here with that leg circling from the hip. Keeping your left hip down, just sort of seeing what your movement is here in your hip joint. This movement is providing some lubrication for that hip joint. Settle back in to the knee towards the shoulder. And interlace your fingers behind that thigh and start to straighten that knee. It's okay if it doesn't straighten all the way. And then slowly here, point and flex that foot. Extending out through the toes. Maybe rolling that foot in circles, rolling from the ankle. And reversing directions. And bending that knee again. that knee across the body to the left, stopping about halfway here. So that right hip is coming up off the floor. And then look to your right. Now on your exhales here, think about really relaxing your shoulder blades towards the mat. And if it feels good, this raised hip, the right one, sort of stretch it towards the front of your mat. So stretch it towards that left foot, lengthening your spine, your side body. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Back to the center. And then switch sides, taking your time however you like, bringing the left knee in, right leg flat. And again, think just slightly outside the body here. Your extended leg, the right leg, flex that foot. Pull the pinky toe back towards the knee. Maybe just pressing that heel slightly forward. Just exaggerating that stretch for yourself. And taking this bent left knee and just sort of finding some circles from the hip, moving from the hip, just checking out your range of motion in that hip joint. Think about keeping the rest of your body still and really isolating that movement from the hip joint, seeing what kind of movement you have there, just in the hip. And settling back into the center here, interlace your fingers behind that thigh and start to straighten that knee. It does not need to straighten all the way. And then pointing and flexing these toes nice and slow. And if it feels good here, maybe rolling that foot around in circles, rolling from the ankle. Nice, slow circles. And bending that knee again. And pulling that knee across the body towards the right, just about halfway here. Roll into that right hip. And then look to your left. Every exhale, let your shoulders relax towards the mat. And then this raised hip, the left one. If it feels good, just sort of stretch it towards the front of your mat. Towards that extended foot. towards your right foot. Just sort of intensifies that stretch a little bit. Helps you feel all that length in your side body. Stretches right there along your lower spine. Coming back to the center. Bend your right knee, bring it up to join the left. Maybe you're rocking from side to side. Then either rock or roll your way up to a seated position and find all fours. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And today, let's tuck our toes under. I like to give a really good tuck here, dragging my toes back some, so all my toes, even the pinky toe, are tucked underneath. And on your next inhale, find cow pose, belly down, face forward, hips back. And as you exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, angry cats. And then inhale, back to cow pose. And exhale, angry cat. And inhale to cow. This time as you exhale, round your spine and pull your hips back towards your heels. And then inhale, back to cow pose. And exhale, round the spine, hips back towards your heels, stretching your toes. And give yourself a couple more of those at your own breathing pace. And after your next exhale, just find a neutral spine in all fours. Untuck your toes. You'll be tapping the top of your feet. And then retucking and finding downward facing dog. Maybe widening your down dog here a little bit. Walking the hands forward, the feet back. Move around in your down dog. However you like to settle in here. Pressing down into your hands, down into your feet. Lifting your tailbone. Finding just a little bit of a bend in your knees here. On your inhale, really press your chest back towards your thighs. And then as you exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, press the chest towards the thighs. And exhale, lifting that chest, press up through the arms, straighten the knees more. One more of those. Inhale, bend the knees, press the chest back. And exhale, come back to your downward facing dog. And then roll it forward to a plank. Hold your plank, soft elbows. Release the knees. And the tops of the feet. Hold here. Really strong core. And then bending the elbows here, releasing down slowly. Chest and belly come down together. And find a gentle cobra. Pull the chest forward and up. And release all the way down. Press up through all fours. Bring the knees wide, toes together, and sit back towards child's pose. Keep reaching the hands forward. You can rest your forehead down or your chin down. Either way is correct. Let your chest, your shoulders relax. Relax your hands, your fingers, maybe even rolling the wrists out a little bit. Come back to downward facing dog. Breathe in down dog. And then come back to what we call bear pose. Bending the knees a little and pressing the chest towards the thighs. Now on your next inhale, you're going to press forward towards a chaturanga, even if you don't come all the way down. So press forward on the toes, bend the elbows, and then press back up and find bear pose. Inhale, press forward on your toes, chaturanga. Exhale, back to bear pose. Really strong core here. And inhale to chaturanga. If that feels like too much today, just stop at plank. And then back to bear pose. Find 2 more of those. Last one. And then find your downward facing dog. Bringing the feet just a little bit closer together. And then bring your left hand back outside the right leg. And either staying right here, or if you're feeling fancy today, see if you can lift that left leg back. If you lose your balance, just try again. Keep pressing back with that right thigh. And then release. And switch sides, right hand outside that left leg. And either staying there or slowly bringing that right leg back. Keep pressing back with the left thigh, keeping your hips neutral. And release. And either walking your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands, whatever works better for you. And inhale, come halfway up, long spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, wide arms, flat back, raise all the way up. Lift the chest. And then exhale, hands down, that center line. Just turn here to face the side of the mat. Bringing your legs wide. Toes pointed out, toes and kneecaps facing the same direction. And finding a bend in the knees here. And then giving yourself some side to side movement here. Try not to scrunch too hard into your shoulders here. Keep them relaxed. You want to be able to wiggle them. Now you can stay right here. Keep going with this side to side motion. Or you can bring the hands down and take it to a side lunge from side to side. And then stay with your right leg bent, left leg straight. Either keeping your hands down or put your hands to your heart. Either way is correct. Let's flex that left foot. And then point it, reach the toes and flex. And point. Flex. And point. Release your hands and just switch sides, walking the hands over. Same thing, you can keep your hands down here for balance or put your hands to the heart. Either way is correct. Flex that right foot. And then point, really reaching and flex. Notice how that stretch changes without movement in the foot. Point. And flex. And point. Release your hands. Come back to the center. Turn your toes just slightly in. Halfway up here. Long spine. And as you exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. And then we'll fold here, holding your fold, however is comfortable. You can walk your hands back. You can hold your big toe or the sides of your feet. If you have a tripod headstand in your practice and you want to find it now, feel free. That is completely your choice. Keeping the shoulders strong. If you're in a headstand, slowly come back to your forward fold. And on your next inhale, come halfway up. Hold your breath, long spine, belly button in. Keep holding your breath, hands to your hips, squeeze the elbows back. Exhale, rise up. And turning the toes out again. Now we're going to turn the right toes all the way forward. Left toes, we're going to turn just slightly in. Heels in one line, bend into that right knee. Just keeping your hands on your hips for right now. Check on that front foot. Make sure you can see your big toe. Make Make sure you can plant this back foot down into the pinky toe side. As you're ready, add your arms. Breathe. Relax your shoulders. Bring your hands to your hips. Just switch sides. Straighten that right knee. Turn those toes in, left toes forward. Find your legs first. So in any pose, we really like to work base to face. So set your base. Make sure that's strong. Then as you're ready, add your arms. And the hardest part for me, relax the face. Relax the shoulders. We tend to really scrunch them up here in concentration, so let them relax down. Breathe. And bringing your hands to your hips. Switch sides again. Straighten that left knee, turn the toes, right toes forward. Find your warrior two legs. When you're ready, add the arms. Now think about here, the front top of that left thigh. Touch it if it helps. You're going to press back a little bit from there. Hold that and breathe. And reverse your warrior here, nice and gentle. Either reaching that left arm back or finding a wrap. Bringing that hand around the front inner thigh. Lifting your chest to the ceiling. On your next exhale, find side angle, bringing that forearm to the thigh. Now, if you're in a wrap, you can go ahead and hold that here and use that wrap to help you pull and open the chest up towards the ceiling. If your arm was not in a wrap, then just go ahead and reach it overhead or across the ear. Either way is correct. Or try and find a wrap now. Wherever you are in your practice today, you can look up, you can look forward, or you can look down. See what feels better for your neck. On your next inhale, come back to warrior two. Hands on hips, switch sides. Johnny, scoot. Oh, that's more in the way. When you're ready, adding your arms. Hi. Hi. And think about the front top of the right thigh, touching if it helps. And then press back from there a little bit. Notice how that changes your hips a little bit. It keeps you from squeezing that glute quite so hard. And from here, reverse your warrior. Either just dropping that arm back, or if it feels good, wrap it around. Bring that hand to that front inner thigh. Keep lifting the chest. Keep bending into that front knee. Breathe. Finding your side angle. If you're wrapped, stay there and just bring that forearm to that thigh and use this wrap to help squeeze open, just pulling yourself open. If you're not wrapped, you can find your arm straight up or across the ear, whatever feels better for your body today. But wherever you are, think about opening that chest up more to the ceiling, not so much to the floor here. but really opening, and breathe. Soften your face. On your next inhale, come back to warrior two. And hands on your hips, release, and just step it up, one big or lots of little steps up to the front of your mat. Feet comfortable distance apart. Inhale your arms overhead. And fold. Come halfway up. And fold. Halfway up again. Long spine. And fold. Halfway. Hold here. Keep breathing. Maybe come a little bit higher so you can really lengthen that spine. Pull your shoulder blades back down your back. Breathe. On your next exhale, think about relaxing your upper spine. Maybe a soft bend in the knees. Let your head fall heavy. Maybe holding opposite elbows here. If that does not feel comfortable for you, just let the arms relax towards the ground. Imagine a weight on top of your head, just pulling long. Head is relaxed, lengthening the neck in a really relaxed way. Bending your knees enough so that your lowest rib can graze that thigh. Releasing the hands, look halfway up. And step back with the left foot. Stay back on lunging toes. And if your arms need to be a little bit longer here, grab your blocks for your books. Now we're going to stay here in this runner's lunge really strong. And what I want you to do is pull this right hip back and in some. And instead of letting that back leg relax and really stretching down into this way, press that left thigh up towards the ceiling. Finding a bit of a squeeze here, pulling that front heel and back toes towards each other, like you're trying to scrunch your mat in the middle. Breathe, nice long spine. If you find yourself curving, then bring yourself up on blocks. Now if you're using blocks, we're going to set them to the side and just start working that right foot over towards the left and coming down towards your half pigeon. Take your time setting up here. I always like to check on that back leg. Make sure it's doing what I think it's doing. Sometimes it's shooting way off to the side. And bringing this front leg just wherever is comfortable for you. That front foot does not need to be too far forward. Bring it to where you can keep your hips neutral here. Now on your next inhale, pull your chest forward towards the front of the mat. You're going to feel that left hip slide up and in, bringing your hips more neutral. Then come down to whatever level feels comfortable for you here. Sometimes a block can be helpful here, either for the forearms or for the head. And just allow yourself to relax. We hold a lot of tension and a lot of emotion in our hips. So if stretching this way makes you feel sad or frustrated or angry, it's okay to feel those things. Try to breathe into your hips. See if you can release some of that tension there. Pressing up. We're going to tuck those back toes under and just sort of shift yourself off to the right and swing that left foot forward. Your right foot is towards your left thigh. Bring the arms overhead. And then look forward. Start hinging forward from the waist. Reach, 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 reach along here. Wherever you are, go ahead and grab. If you're right at your foot, grab it. If you're not quite there, then grab wherever you are on your leg, or you can add a strap to reach your foot. If you're reaching past, you can take that block or complete works of William Shakespeare, whatever you're holding, and add it to make your leg longer. Lengthening the spine here. Slowly release. And then we're just going to bring ourselves to plank. Strong plank. And from here, draw that left foot to the front in a lunge. And maybe bringing blocks under your hands, whatever height works best for you, in order to keep that spine long. And finding these really strong lunging legs again. We have our ankle more or less under our knee. We don't want that knee jutting out in front of the foot. And finding a bit of a squeeze here. Squeezing that front heel and back foot towards each other. Really strong legs. Long spine. Think about widening your collarbone. Holding your shoulder blades closer to each other in the back. Breathe. And setting your blocks to the sides. Walking that left foot over towards the right, and then finding your way to your half pigeon. Again, taking your time setting up here. Peek at that back leg. See where it's headed. And then as you inhale, pull the chest forward towards the front of the mat. See my right hip sliding up into alignment for me. And then come down to whatever level feels comfortable for you here. You may find, like me, that in this time of quarantine, of self-isolation, that your hips feel a lot different than they usually do. Mine feel really, really tight. It could be because we're sitting more, watching TV. But it's partly those emotions, all the tension we're just sort of storing up in our hips. So just breathe into that. With every exhale, try to release a little bit more. relaxing up. And just letting yourself sort of fall onto that left hip and draw the right leg to the front. Left foot to right thigh. Bring the arms overhead, really long spine. And look forward, look 5 feet in front of you as you reach forward, keeping your spine really long. Not hunching to come down, but lengthening to come forward. And then wherever you are, hold on. Widening your collarbone, pull your shoulder blades closer to each other in the back. Release. And then find yourself sitting either cross-legged or diamond-legged, however you're more comfortable. And then just dropping your chin towards your chest. Find a little bit of movement here, like you're trying to trace a soft line on your collarbone with your chin. Really slow. Don't whip your head around. Lifting the chin. Interlace your fingers. Look up. You're going to bring your hands underneath your head, pressing gently back with your hands, but pressing more forcefully with your chin towards your hands. Not so much that it hurts. So you're just finding a bit of resistance here. Slowly release. Keep your fingers interlaced, bring them behind your head. Tuck in your chin. Now you're not so much pressing down with your hands here. We don't want to over flex our neck. But think about pressing your head back up into your hands. And find that nice stretch on the back of your neck. Release. Now grabbing that blanket again that we used at the beginning of class. We're going to unfold it completely. This time, folding it the proper way. So tassels to tassels if you're using one of these. Folding it in half. Does not have to be perfect here. And just laying it in front of you. And once you have that ready, you're just going to start rolling it. You're making a big fat blanket rope. Now bringing the bottoms of your feet together. Knees wide. Plop that blanket rope on top of your feet. Then reaching underneath, grab the ends of your blanket rope and pull them up and through. From here, I'm just going to lay back, pulling your feet as close to your body as you're comfortable, and then just let the ends of the blanket rest. You can have your hands on your belly, one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Maybe cactus arms feels good for you today. Or arms by your side. See what feels the most relaxing for you. Let your knees relax, your legs relax. Feel your belly, your chest rise and fall with every inhale and exhale. Relax your face. Shoulder blades fall heavy to the mat. Really imagine yourself sinking. Growing heavier and heavier. Stay here as long as you like. Give yourself this gift of stillness. Just breathe. Just be. Thank you for sharing your space, your breath, your practice. Namaste.